Good afternoon, I'm Kari Vierimaa. It can only be described as a stunning victory for Liberal leader Kathleen Wynne. Despite scandals and allegations of corruption, Wynne secured a majority government last night. We begin with a dramatic single-car crash in Sudbury overnight. The shock of the events that transpired over the weekend in tiny Lac-Mégantic, Quebec, is beginning to set in for the community's 5,900 residents. Good afternoon. Another plane has gone missing, this one in West Africa. It's now suspected to have crashed in northern Mali. We begin with yet another incident in the air. A Sunwing Airlines flight was over the southern United States this morning when it turned back to Toronto's Pearson International Airport because the crew felt there was an onboard threat. Good afternoon, I'm Kari Vierimaa. The manhunt in Moncton is over. Police have arrested the prime suspect in the shooting deaths of 3 RCMP officers. This is amateur video reportedly showing Justin Burke apprehended. He was the subject of a massive search which lasted more than 24 hours and has now finally come to an end. Developing news on the Elliott Lake inquiry front this noon hour, it has been announced that Justice Paul Bélanger's full report into the events surrounding the Algo Center Mall collapse and rescue efforts will be released Wednesday, October 15th in Elliott Lake. Emotions are running high in Calgary today, 1 week after 5 students were stabbed to death at a house party. 3 of them are being laid to rest today. CTV's Bill Marks joins us now with more. Let's bring in CTV's Kari Trounsden. She's live in our newsroom with more on this developing story. Kari, what more do we know? CTV's Vanessa Lee joins us live now from Moncton. Vanessa, obviously relief on the streets concerning this accused killer has been caught. Genevieve, you were one of the first reporters on the ground early after the explosions. The Prime Minister described it as a war zone. Tell us what it looks like on the ground. And Omar, so much anger directed towards the head of the Montreal Main and Atlantic Railway when he was in town yesterday. Are we expected to hear any more from Edward Burkhardt today? Russia was under a lot of criticism for its gay rights policies, and now today protests right around the world. Serious questions are being raised this noon hour after a 16-year-old boy somehow managed to stow away on a flight from California to Hawaii, surviving the trip despite frigid temperatures and a lack of oxygen. ABC's David Curley reports. There's more fallout from the animal abuse caught on camera at Canada's largest dairy farm. The farm's biggest buyer has pulled out. Food giant Saputo now says it will no longer accept milk from Chilliwack cattle sales until it's satisfied that, quote, strict animal welfare practices are put in place. The farm's owners fired all 8 employees who were abusing the cows and promised to install security cameras. The SPCA recommended criminal charges, but so far, none have been laid. Stateside now, the FBI is looking into a security breach of Apple's iCloud accounts. That's after nude photos of Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence and more than a dozen other celebrities began appearing online on Sunday. Apple says it's already fixed a bug which could have allowed hackers access to the iCloud accounts, but it's left many wondering how easily their private information could be accessed. CTV's Colin DeMello reports. Let's bring in now our weather specialist, Marina Moore. She's at the Weather Center. Marina, we're not seeing snow in our part of the province, but man, it's cold outside. Switching gears now to weather, Marina Moore is standing by. Marina, after 2 days of really crummy weather, today just looks beautiful outside. All the power to her for being creative. I'm not the online dating type of guy.
Me neither. I've seen it work for a lot of people, though, but not for me.
All right. Well, you know, it is Friday. I'm not going to sing that Rebecca Black song, but that does mean that there is a Lotto Max draw. Here are the winning numbers. Good luck, everyone. No big announcement on the ONTC. You heard there the similar rhetoric on the idea that they're taking a second look at divestiture there. As well, you hear defending the provincial government's position on the Ring of Fire. The announcement itself, we will have much more from Claude Sharma a little later in this newscast. And you've been listening to Clara Hughes speaking at the launch of her big ride for Bell Let's Talk in downtown Toronto. We'll check in when Clara sets off on her journey a little later in the hour. Recapping our top story, Quebec Premier Pauline Marois is in Lac-Mégantic touring some of the devastation. She spoke to reporters about a half hour ago. She says the Quebec people are united behind the people of Lac-Mégantic and took the opportunity to slam Edward Burkhardt, the head of the Montreal Main and Atlantic Railway, for his, quote, deplorable actions. She adds that he should have been there from the very beginning, and she hopes the company will remain behind the people of Lac-Mégantic. News on demand at northernontario.ctvnews.ca. That's our newscast. Have a great afternoon.